Hello and welcome to Just One More Watch. You know I love a bargain. I love digging around for nuggets of pure horological gold, especially when I find a piece that punches well above its weight in terms of its price to specification ratio. I think that's why I've got a bit of a soft spot for the Miyota 9015 movement. These are a considerable step up on the ubiquitous NH35, a proper Japanese high beat 4K automatic movement with a lovely smooth 8 ticks per second sweep of the second hand, and it's the first movement that I actually want to see. These are really nicely decorated, genuinely attractive to look at. To this point anyway, the cheapest watch that I've encountered with a Miyota 9015 in it has been this one, this Cadisen with a diamond on the dial. Now this one was $185 on GEARBEST. They have sold out. You can however pick it up for a ridiculous $149 on AliExpress. I'll leave a link to that one in the description below. Though whilst digging around on AliExpress, I came across this one, the Nakzen, for $97 US in a variety of different finishes and with 2 different dial patterns. Now AliExpress always have coupons available. You should be able to get this one down to just above $90. Now that is ridiculous for a movement of this quality. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to review this Nakzen, dimensions, specifications, wrist shot, movement accuracy report, etc. I'm then going to put it head to head against the Cadisen, costing 50% more. If you want to pick yourself up a Miyota powered bargain, which one of these 2 watches should you choose? Let's flip the camera and get into it. So rather unusually, I'm going to start this review with a confession. I bought the wrong watch. Now I picked up this Nakzen a couple of months back, and when I did, this was the only model that was available, the one with the diamonds and the indices at the 12, 3, 6 and 9. I bought the black dial version. Looking on AliExpress today, Nakzen seemed to have launched a new model. This one, it's identical in every way apart from the dial. I really like this one. White dial, much cleaner looking with a guilloche patterning in the center and Roman numerals all the way around. If I had my time and my $97 again, I'd be buying this one, but as it is, I've got this one to show you. But hey, you may prefer the diamonds on the indices. I just think it's not quite as clean a look as the Roman numerals. Regardless of which one you're picking up, this is how it's supplied, reasonable little packaging, and there is the watch. Before we move on to the watch though, just a moment to take in that logo. I'm sure I used to draw something similar to that on exercise books at school. Perhaps Knackers would have been a more appropriate name for the brand. Moving swiftly on to the watch then. 40mm in diameter. We've got a thickness of just over 10mm thick thanks to the 9015. Lug tip to lug tip of 47mm, 20mm lug width, and sized up for my 7-inch wrist on the supply bracelet. This one weighs in at 111 grams. Dead flat sapphire crystal covering the dial, stainless steel case, crown, and it's a full solid link stainless steel bracelet. Today we've got a butterfly clasp holding the whole thing together and solid end links. Again, just ridiculous for this price. And the dial itself is pretty plain, apart from those diamonds at the 12, 3, 6 and 9 that is. We've got a recess in the middle with some horizontal striping, raised Nakzen sapphire labelling there underneath the 12 and just automatic above the 6. Applied indices, kind of arrowhead indices all the way around, and we've got nice Dauphine hands with an arrow second hand. Managed to put a little bevel edge around the date window at the 3 o'clock also. And the bracelet is actually alright. It's a genuine solid link 5-link bracelet. A little bit of flex in it, but that isn't a bad thing. Wears nice and comfortably. Mixture of kind of satinized and polished finishes to it and solid end links as noted. But let's pop a link and have a look at the star of today's show, the Miyota 9015. So screw down case back, 5 atmospheres, 50 meters water resistant, sapphire crystal, 316L stainless steel. But look at that lovely little movement beating away there. Some nice striping, kind of radio sunburst effect on the rotor as well. Oh, very pretty indeed. And it packs a punch to go along with its good looks. 42-hour power reserve, hacks hand winds, 24 joules, stated accuracy of -10 to +30, though in my experience they usually run in single digits and this one is no different. Spinning away in the boxy winders for just over a month there, coming in just under +4 seconds a day, and that includes a good bit of time out and about on wrist as well. So a fantastic result from a fantastic movement in a watch at a faintly ridiculous price. And there it is on wrist, 40mm, pretty much spot on for most gentlemen, I suspect, or certainly it's a size that everybody can wear. Nice and light. I've actually been wearing this one quite loose. I guess one of the drawbacks of these multi-link bracelets with butterfly clasps is that they don't have the micro adjust that you get with a diver, so you're kind of committed to full length sizing. I therefore decided to wear this one loose rather than tight. And zoomed out for perspective, dead flat sapphire on this one, but not lacking in elements that catch the light with a multi-link bracelet and those applied indices. Oh, and of course the diamonds at the 12, 3, 6 and 9. As noted, I'd probably be going for the one with the Romans if I had my time and money again. Moans and niggles then, what am I going to complain about? Well, nothing that I haven't already complained about. The dubious branding and brand name and those dubious diamonds at the major indices aside, there really isn't much else to complain about in this watch. Fairly simple case, it's an unspectacular design overall, but light and comfortable and just incredibly good value to find a Miyota 9015 for under $100. So how does the Nakzen compare to the Cadisen then for $50 more? This one coming in at 149. Well, dimensions are quite similar, they're both 40mm, both similar overall aesthetics, I guess. One major difference though is the sapphire crystal. Whereas the Nakzen's flat, the Cadisen has a lovely piece of domed sapphire. It's a much more elegant design therefore overall. It doesn't look like it was built to a budget, whereas the Nakzen, you can tell there's been a couple of corners cut here and there to get it to that price point. There is that slightly polarizing diamond up there at the 12 o'clock of the Cadisen, but in use you don't even notice it's there. And it's nicely offset by that blue second hand and the lovely parchment dial. The other two colorways, the gold and rose gold, don't feature the blue hand though, so if you want that you have to go for this white dial version. Also, the leather strap on the Cadisen is actually very usable. Nice, soft and supple faux croc and with a nice branded butterfly clasp. So I don't think you'll be disappointed with either of these watches considering the price tags that they command. I think if you've got a little bit extra and you want something a little bit classier, go for the Cadisen, but you're not going to be upset with the Nakzen for less than $100 on your wrist. I suspect if you go for that white one with the Roman numerals, that's the one to go for. So there you have it, you really can't go wrong with either of these two pieces. The Miyota 9015 is such a honey of a movement. Finding it in this watch for less than $150 is a little bit ridiculous. Finding it in this one for less than $100 is completely ridiculous. Thanks for watching, see you in the next video.